Hey love, so first I'll be starting obviously with bentonite clay. Now I don't use measurements, I just keep adding until I get the desired amount and consistency. So I started off with a little bit of water and a little of apple cider vinegar. Now you want to use way less apple cider vinegar than water because you don't want it to be too stripping and harsh. So I just keep adding water and I stir it around. As you can see, it's really thick right now, so I'm just going to continue adding water and apple cider vinegar to help get it more smooth as I stir it out. So eventually I just decided to use my hand to stir the clay, and I just ran the clay through my fingers and it kind of worked. So that's what it wound up looking like. So before I put the clay on, I like to do a quick pre-poo. So this is an old braid out, and what I do is I use coconut oil and I put it on my roots and scrub all the gunk out of my roots and put it on my strands as to protect my hair so it doesn't get too stripped. So I use quite a bit of coconut oil all over my roots, and then at the end I work it throughout my actual hair strands. So now I'm using my handy dandy steamer, and this really allows the coconut oil to penetrate my hair shafts. And if you want a more detailed explanation of this, go ahead and watch my 4C hair wash day routine. I'll have it linked in the cards. But as I rinse the coconut oil out of my hair, you can really see how shiny the oil made my hair and how soft and manageable it looks. So my hair is a little more shrunk at this point, but it's still not at its maximum shrinkage level, as you will see in this next clip. See, boom, it just shrunk a whole lot more over the span of a couple minutes. So now I'm just sectioning off this first section of hair. It's kind of like 1/4 of my head. So I'm taking clay just a little bit and I'm just working it in that front section. It's not like a real section, but I'm kind of just doing it parts at a time. So I work it all over my actual strands, then I take a little more and put it at the root and scrub. Now this is really what cleans your roots, cleans your scalp, and allows all that gunk and buildup to part from your hair to be able to wash out. So as you can see, the clay completely changed how my hair looks. Like now it's hanging, it looks looser, it's elongated, like ooh, period, who's that? Okay. Also, it's very important to acknowledge that 4C hair looks beautiful in every state. It's just really fascinating how clay can kind of change its state and elongate the curls and clump the curls. So don't be trying to comfort me. I love my hair in every state, okay? That's just that on that. So now I'm just making sure the clay is on every part of my roots. You don't want to leave any part behind because you want all your scalp to be clean. So as you can see, that made my hair, it really kind of defied shrinkage. Like my hair is so elongated now and it's just really cool to see. So it's nicely distributed through my strands. So now we're moving on to the next section. So this is just a small close-up of my curls. You can barely really see it. You kind of see a little waviness, and I think that's because my curl pattern is looser in the front, but it's not wavy. It's definitely not wavy. It might be 4B, but the clay is just making it look more loose than it actually is, you feel me? But that's just because of the clay. So as you look at this half of my hair, you can see how the clay clumped up the curls. Even though the curls aren't super defined, they're still clumps up nevertheless. So I'm giving it one last scrub, then I'm gonna come to you with the other half done. So the clay definitely does what people claim it does, which is clump up your curls and define your curl pattern. As I kind of rake through my hair, you can definitely see some curls that are a little more defined than they were before. So this is just what it looks like from both sides and the front. So after this, I just rinse it out, so we'll see what it looks like. So my hair was very clean, very shiny, and very soft. And as I'm sure many people are wondering, it did in fact define my curls after it's rinsed out. So you can see many parts of my hair that are a lot more defined than just like a fluffy fro, you know. So as I'm running my fingers through it, you'll see some of the curls that I'm talking about. And from the back, from that angle, you can also see how the curls are a little more clumped. So I do want to mention that if you make your clay mix really thick, it will be a lot harder to scrub it out of your roots. So try to make your mixture on the watery side so that you can have an easier time getting it out. Also, I highly recommend you to do your hair in sections if you have thick, dense hair like mine, because the clay causes your curls to clump up a lot and your hair naturally shrinks. So this is kind of a tangled mess at the end, and it's really hard to detangle. Oh man, it took me hours upon hours to detangle. So I highly recommend you do it in sections so you don't have to go through this, because it ain't it. So here's the hair I lost due to shedding, and here's a quick length check if you were curious. I'm now officially at armpit length. So excited, so excited. As you can see, period, got the inches. So that sums up this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.